Good evening, YouTube. You guys are now watching another segment of the Cali Effect. Today we're going to be talking about the Dragunity Arma Leyvaten concept. It's a very good engine, and I think it's a deck that you can play inside of your Blue Eyes White Dragon deck. You can also play it inside of a Felgrand deck. It's a pretty good concept to it, and of course the Dragunity deck as well. There are a couple of key cards that I'm going to be talking about within this deck, or within this engine, and I think it's an exciting build to play. You guys are going to love it. So let's get into it. Dragunity Arma Leyvaten is a level 8 dragon monster, wind dragon monster with 2600 attack, 1200 defense. That is some amazing stats for the people that don't know. The 2600 attack allows you to get over quite a few monsters. The 8 stars allows it to be a trade-in target, and then, you know, being a dragon helps a lot because, you know, dragons are pretty good right now. The next thing we want to talk about is this card's effect. Its effect reads, you can special summon this card from your hand or your graveyard by removing from play one face-up monster you control equipped with a Dragunity cards. When this card is normal summon or special summon, you can select one dragon-type monster in your graveyard, except the Dragunity Arma Leyvaten, and equip it to this card. When this card is sent to the graveyard by your opponent's card effect, you can select one of the monsters that were equipped to this card when it is sent to the graveyard and special summon that monster from the graveyard. Now, unfortunately, we're not going to be using a lot of Arma Leyvaten's effects. The first effect will require us to play a Dragunity deck, so if you're not playing the Dragunity deck, then we're probably not going to get that effect off. More often than not, if you do get its effect off, it's going to be pretty awesome because you get to special summon it from your hand or your graveyard and then still proceed with your regular normal summons and so on and so forth. The second effect is if it's sent to your graveyard, or when it's sent to your graveyard, can miss timing, unfortunately. And not to mention that it is a pretty good effect, but it misses timing sometimes. So, Dragunity Arma Leyvaten itself is a great card, but the cards we're going to be pairing it up with is going to make it a lot more awesome. On to the Felgrand structure deck. This structure deck actually brought back the concept because it came with 2 new cards, or actually 3 new cards. One of them being Archbrave Dragon. Now, if you can think about it, it's 4 new cards. But 2 Archbrave Dragon's effect. It is a 2400 attack, 2000 defense monster, light attribute, and obviously it's a dragon. Its effect reads, if this card is special summoned from the graveyard, you can banish as many face-up spell or trap cards your opponent controls as possible, and if you do, this card gains 200 attack and defense for each card banished. I'm looking at you, Pendulum players. This is a really good counter to you guys. Once per turn during your standby phase, if this card is in your graveyard because it was sent there that turn, you can target one level 7 or 8 dragon monster in your graveyard except Archbrave Dragon and special summon it. So, essentially, the concept is to activate Arma Leyvaten's effect and equip Archbrave Dragon from your graveyard to your Arma Leyvaten. When your Arma Leyvaten is sent to the graveyard, your Archbrave Dragon is going to activate its effect on your next standby phase to special summon the Dragunity Arma Leyvaten again and then equip himself with it. Now, this provides a slow lock, as you would say, because it takes a whole nother turn for it to activate. But at the same time, it doesn't have any risk of you destroying your field, unlike the next card I'm going to show you, which is Light and Darkness Dragon. Light and Darkness Dragon is a 2800, 2400 attack, 2400 defense. It is 8 stars as well. So 2 of these 3 cards are trade-in targets. Its effect reads, cannot be special summoned. When this face-up card on the field is also treated as Dark Tribute, my apologies. Once per chain during either player's turn, when a spell or trap card or monster effect is activated, this card loses exactly 500 attack and defense, and the activation is negated. When this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can target one monster in your graveyard. Destroy all cards you control if possible. If possible. Destroy all cards you control and special summon that monster if any. So the biggest thing about oldest thing about Leyvaten and the Light and Darkness Dragon is that you would summon Leyvaten and equip Light and Darkness Dragon with it. When Arma Leyvaten is destroyed, Light and Darkness Dragon's effect activates, destroying all your cards you control, special summoning Arma Leyvaten back to its side of the field. Also, the Arma Leyvaten's effect activates to equip the Light and Darkness Dragon again. Now keep in mind, Light and Darkness Dragon does not have to be face up as a monster on the field to activate its effect. It can be destroyed from the deck, hand, or field as a spell and trap card and still gain its effects. That's what makes this combo so deadly, because you essentially have an infinite 2600 attack monster as long as they're destroying the monster first. If they're destroying Light and Darkness Dragon first, that's still fine if you have other targets like Archbrave Dragon or Dragunity or another Dragunity Arma Leyvaten in your graveyard. It's going to keep on some really good locks going on to your opponent. Another great card I want to talk about is Dragon's Ravine. Now, Dragon's Ravine is more of a setup card. Essentially, if you have Arma Leyvaten in your hand or Archbrave Dragon in your hand, or even Light and Darkness Dragon, I guess, you can activate Dragon's Ravine to send the other cards that you need from your hand to your graveyard. The best combo is probably having Arma Leyvaten or Archbrave Dragon, as when you send one of them, you can send the other, and then Archbrave Dragon's effect will activate to special summon Leyvaten back, creating that soft lock that you need. Its other effect is, Once per turn, you can discard one card and activate these effects. Add one level 4 or lower Dragunity monster from your deck to your hand. Now, at first glance, that doesn't seem like an amazing effect, but this card called Dragunity Corsica is a very good card. Now, the reason why I say that is because it's 800 attack, level 1 tuner. Level 1 tuners are really good for the Blue Eyes concept, and on top of that, it is a Cards of Connaissance target. So anytime you can get a searchable Cards of Connaissance target, you probably should be running Cards of Connaissance in this engine. There are obviously a couple of other cards that I have not mentioned. I can look at them right now if you guys want to. I think it's called Felgran. That's all I know. It is called Felgran. I think it's Divine Dragon Lord Felgran. We can always just check Wikipedia. So let's type in Felgran. Here we are. Paladin of Felgran is the card that I'm talking about. And what this does, Paladin of Felgran is a level 4 monster. It's easily normal summoned, and when it's normal summoned or special summoned, you can equip one monster from your deck to this card. So, essentially, you can equip the Light and Darkness Dragon. You can equip the I forgot the other card's name. You guys know what I'm talking about. The Archbrave Dragon, my apologies. And anything and it really essentially speeds up your combo. There's also the Gospel of the Dragon Awakening. I think it's called Return of the Dragon Lords in the TCG. Those are also really good cards to fuel this engine. The deck or engine or whatever you put it in will definitely get a boost by playing this card. The only problem I would have to say is inconsistency, as drawing multiple copies of Archbraves and you're not running Sacred Sword of the 7-star or discard outlet for it could be dead hands. Also, Light and Darkness Dragon, if you don't have a way to tribute summon him and you draw him and you have no way to send him, he's just going to sit in your hand for quite some time. Well, thank you guys so much for watching another segment of the Cali Effect. I have showed you guys the Arma Leyvaten lock. Please like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, enjoy.